Hey guys, Tatiani Favors here, your tax business coach. What is going on? So, we're going to do something a little bit different today. Now, in today's video, we're going to have a Q&A. And what I've decided is, y'all know how I drop every week. I drop a video every week. And I've decided that at least once per month, okay, I'm going to do a Q&A because I get asked so many questions all year round. Okay. So I get questions in my DMs, I get questions in my groups, both paid for groups, free groups, Facebook groups that I host. I have a IG channels broadcast, or what are they called? The broadcast channels on IG, whatever. Just a lot of people ask me a lot of questions all the time. And a lot of these questions are very similar, and can benefit from me just doing a Q&A because your question has been asked by someone else that's been asked by someone else. And let's go ahead and just answer all of these questions now. And when I say all of them, I mean a few. Okay. So what has happened is I've gotten someone to just gather some questions. I'm just going to ask these questions. I'm going to read them and answer them on the fly. I have not prepared anything. Probably I should prepare better answers, but we're just going to do this on the fly right now because y'all know I have an 8-month old. Okay. He is asleep right now, and I don't know when he will wake up. I'm just being 100% honest with you all. But also, I want y'all to know, and if you didn't watch my video, I think it was probably from 2 or 3 weeks ago when I was in the car, was totally vulnerable with you all. I had a tax topic to talk about, okay? But I ended up really just telling you, like, hey, it doesn't matter what your life circumstances are. If you are committed to something, if you have decided that you're going to do something, you're going to do it by any means necessary, okay? I've decided I was going to put a YouTube channel out to be consistent, to be a woman of my word, but also to give you all consistent value as well. And that's something that I've done all of 2024. Okay. I have not missed. Okay. And that's something that I'm going to continue to do. I'm going to do it by any means necessary. Do it ugly. Sometimes it's beautiful and pretty. Sometimes it's you just hear my voice with this one Q&A slide up here. Okay. So this is what we're doing today, but these are questions. And let me see. How many questions did she put together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, it's 10 questions. We'll see how far we get. Okay. So I'm gonna try to get through all 10 of these questions. Hopefully they're not um repeats. I asked her to put together questions that was kind of like about off season, okay? Because we're in the off season. Like I didn't want to be answering questions that wasn't conducive to the times we are in now. So here we go. Question number one. Question number one. How can I effectively evaluate my performance this tax season? How can I effectively evaluate my performance this tax season? And let me also answer this too. With these questions, the directive was this: gather some questions, no more than 10. And if people are asking similar questions, just kind of summarize it to what multiple people are asking. So, this question right here, how can I effectively evaluate my performance this tax season? I can tell that that was probably a question that multiple people asked in various ways, and this is just a summarized version of that question. So just to let you all know the backstory that went into these questions. So how can I effectively evaluate my performance this tax season? Well, I'm always going to say I have an end of the tax year review. Okay, it's a workbook. It is available. I'll put it down in the description box below. You can download it. It is an end of tax season review workbook. And what you would do, it is free 99. And what you would do is download it, print it out, go sit somewhere in the corner quietly and complete it. What it is questions that will make you reflect and analyze this past tax season, okay? That is the most effective way to evaluate your performance this tax season. It has questions like what went right, what went wrong, what processes were user friendly, staff questions, who were rock stars, who were duds. I hate to say it like that, but hey, okay. Just all of those type of questions to make sure that you are viewing your tax business objectively so you can really make some boss decisions about how you're going to move forward. Okay. I also have an entire video, and let me make a note of this. I have an entire video where I tell you how to evaluate your tax season if you don't get the workbook. And I'll attach that in the description box below as well. So in the description box, and I'm gonna write this note. So I need to do video on review and then of course end of season review. Okay. Question number 2. What are the best ways to handle and store client data securely post-season? The question is, what are the best ways to handle and store client data securely post-season? Well, the best way to handle and store client data, I always say, is digitally. Even if people have given their physical tax documents to you so you can prepare their return, I always say make a copy of those or scan them to a secured online platform. It can be a Dropbox, it can be a USB, okay? A it can be a cloud-based solution, but I wouldn't just have only physical documents. I would have them digitally and I would store them somewhere that's password protected, um, preferably in the something that's cloud-based, something that isn't actual computer-based, because worst case scenario, something happens to your laptop and all of your things are there, you've lost all of your information. Something happens to your USB that you have it saved on, then you've lost all of your information. But something like a Dropbox or some type of cloud-based solution, it doesn't matter where you are, you can access that information from a tablet, from a computer, from a desktop, from a laptop, it doesn't matter. And so that would be my solution, a cloud-based solution that isn't dependent upon a certain type of computer to access, for sure. That's the answer to that. Um, Question number 3. How should I manage off-season staffing? Oh, how should I manage off-season staffing? This is such a good question, and it's a layered question. And I actually might do a video on this one. How should I manage off-season staffing is the question. The answer is it depends on what your off season is looking like. If you have a year-round business, meaning after tax season, you may have some tax return clients come here and there throughout the until you have another burst in October, well, September for partnerships and S corps, and then October for individuals for the extension deadline. But now, in the meantime, in between time, you can either have your tax preparers on call. Okay. So if you get something in, just kind of touch and see, hey, are you available this week? I have some work for you. You can come in and let them know that, hey, during the off season, you're on call. Do you want to be on call? Are you willing to be on call? Get that in writing or whatnot, off season hiring applies or whatnot, keep them at a independent contractor status. Okay. Um, But then also, if you offer other services like accounting, bookkeeping, credit repair, things of that nature, then there is no off season for you, because accounting, credit repair, all of those things, they still continue year round. So those people should be okay. I'm presuming, though, this question is solely about tax preparers. And if you have tax preparers that you want to bring back for next tax season, keep them on an on-call situation for off season. I highly suggest that you say, okay, for the month of June, we're closed. Okay, we're closed. I need a break. Y'all need a break. My clients know they can't come in June. Okay. But we are reopened July for off-season hours. So that means that your office isn't even open as long as it was during tax season. You might be only taking you know what, here's a good thing. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I hate trying to be definitive because I hate telling people, okay, do this unless you're my client. But let me just put it like this. Do a situation where your clients can only schedule something on your calendar certain days of the week. Like, say Tuesdays and Thursdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays are the only days that I'm taking tax prep clients and I am entertaining tax preparation clients. If they call, they have to come on those days. And so then if you establish that, then it'll be easier when it's time to tell your staff when the off season comes, hey, we're only going to be open these days of the week, Wednesdays and Thursdays. So if you're available, know that Wednesdays and Thursdays, you can come here for a few hours, make a few extra coin, when the work is here, and we'll continue like that. But either way, just have them on an on-call basis. When we're talking about hiring, I would definitely start hiring um in July. Starting in July, give yourself some breathing room, see what went right, see what went wrong, see what staff did what during the past tax season and what you need. Okay. The gaps that you experienced during the tax season and what you would need out of your tax preparers. By the time you do all of that, July should be here and you should be ready to go ahead and start the process of hiring someone. And the process of hiring someone is more than just posting on social media and saying, hey, we're hiring. It is an entire process that I teach my clients. I actually have an entire course on it. Okay. You know what? I'll link that in. Look, the description box is about to be litty this week. Okay. So, the hiring training, I believe it's called How to Build a Team, How to Build a Team, a Successful Tax Team training. I'll link that in the description box so you all will understand what goes into actually hiring the right people for your tax business versus just, hey, I'm hiring and just accepting any Tom, Dick, and Harry who says, oh, I want to work. Okay. We want to maximize our dollars, our energy, all of that. The reason why you want to start hiring so early is because if you need to train these people, you'll have time to do so. Okay. That'll be a whole, yeah, this right here, this is such a good question. This would be a whole video. This would definitely be an entire video for sure. Great question. Um, Also, another thing is if your people are like, you know what, I got to get it somewhere else, I might not even have a day or two throughout the week to work for you during the off season you plan, you can always outsource too. So say you get a rush and it's just too much for you to handle, you can always outsource some of your work as well. If your people, have gotten other full-time jobs during the off season or whatnot, or just can't make themselves available for you when you need them, outsourcing is always an option as well. Okay. Um, Question number four. Question number four. What steps should I take to improve client communication for the next tax season? What steps should I take to improve client communication for the next tax season? I would say first step is to never stop communicating with them. So when communication is necessary for the upcoming tax season, they're already familiar with you communicating with them. One thing that I always tell my clients and everyone is you don't want to just pop up when it's time to get money from your clients. And when it's time to get money, it's tax time. They only hear from you once a year, and that's when you want money from them. Okay. It's like, hey, time to submit your documents, time to do, for me to prepare your taxes, blah, blah, blah. Let's make, what's the saying? Let's normalize. Okay. Let's normalize communicating with our clients year round. Okay. So what does that look like? That looks like, of course, birthdays and holidays. Okay. You know their birthday, you prepared their taxes. Okay. So just take a look. Tell your assistant to gather everyone's birthday, or one good Saturday, you gather everyone's birthday and put it in the calendar with reminders in your automation, your email automation or whatnot. I will say year-round clients communication is easier if you have email automation for sure. Okay. And that's going to be a video too. Not necessarily email automations, but just additional software that you as a business owner will need outside of the tax prep software. Okay. Just different resources. That'll be a whole nother video. But it'll year-round communication with your client is easier if you have some type of email automation. Okay. And so year-round communication looks like this: birthdays, holidays, all of the things, but also consider a newsletter. You can do a Substack, Substack, which is a newsletter platform. You can even have subscribers, they'll pay you, but I would say for your clients, make it free. And this could be a quarterly newsletter, okay? Doesn't have to be monthly. Monthly is too much, especially in the off season. Quarterly is perfect, okay? That means that once a quarter, they're hearing from you. And within this newsletter, you can have a section on, the latest and greatest with tax law, or what's going on, federally with the laws, looking ahead, looking at what might potentially come about. How would it affect them when we get closer to the tax season? Tell them all the changes that you're making within your tax business to make sure that their experience with your company is even better than it was this past year. Even send out surveys asking them how their experience was, and if they could change anything about their experience, what would it be? Get that feedback, okay? All of these are communication that it seems like it's bothersome for you, but what it does for the client is two-pronged. One, it tells them like, okay, yes, my tax people, they are on it. They're keeping up with the laws. They're keeping me updated with what's going on with their business. They're really running a solid, trustworthy business over there. Great. I'm definitely going to go back. Okay. And that's exactly what you want. You want them thinking, you know what, and that goes into the second thing that it does. It keeps you top of mind. It keeps you top of mind. So by the time quarter 4 comes, which I call prime time marketing season for tax preparers, um, when everyone else is trying to get clients and all of that, you already have your people. You're already top of mind because you've been communicating with these people all year round. Marketing just isn't about client um attainment. Okay. It's not all about attaining clients, but it's also about retaining clients as well, client retention. And that's exactly what year-round communication is for, that client retention. Okay. So that's what I would say to improve client communication. Never stop. First of all, never stop, but also consider a newsletter, a quarterly something that can go out. Again, Substack, you can start for free. You can even, yeah, you can they have a free account. You choose a template. You can have this free newsletter with, like I said, updates on tax law changes, reminders for quarterly taxes, just little tidbits, of those things. You can go to ChatGPT and help you out with the different sections you can include on your newsletter. But I would at least do a quarterly newsletter, and then, of course, birthdays and holidays for sure. Question number 5. I don't know, guys. Like, let me see how long we've been doing this. Because I don't like these to be too long. I'm gonna take a few more of these questions, and then we'll wrap. Okay. Question number 5. Let me see. That's kind of similar to what I just asked. Okay, question number 5. How do I update my tax preparation software or decide if I need a new solution? The question is, how do I update my tax preparation software or decide if I need a new solution? This is interesting because this goes into deciding if you should keep or change your tax prep software. And this is why I put so much into choosing a software, because ideally you don't want to be in this position. So enough people have asked this question so that I see that y'all are in this position, for sure. So we're past that. But I will ask you a few questions about your individual software. A, why do you think that you need to switch? What is it about your existing software that you don't like? Because if you're thinking about you needing to switch, then something about your existing tax software is lacking in some area. Identify what that is. And why has it been a pain or sore? Is it making you lose money? Is it not functioning how you would like it? What is it about your software that's lacking? What is it that it's not doing that you would like for it to do? Write down what you want in a software as a business solution for your tax company. Each tax prep software is treated differently. They are not the same, okay? And don't get caught up with all the bells and whistles and all of that, because some of the bells and whistles may not even be necessary for your particular company. So I'm gonna give you some advice on how to figure out if you want, or how to figure out what software is for you. Like I said, identify your existing software, why you don't like it, why you like it, all the things, what is lacking, and then outline what do you want in a solution? What do you need this tax software to do? So do you want it to be user friendly? Do you want it to have interview mode for your staffs that'll help them go get through the tax return better? Do you want it to have a mobile solution? Do you want it to have a cloud-based platform that people can upload things to? Do you want it to be able to monitor various locations? What is it in the software that you want it to do? Let me give you all a brief example. Um, I love Drake. Okay. I have been using Drake for a decade. I love Drake, especially for business returns. It's very, very detailed when it comes to business returns, right? When I started to grow my business and I had multiple locations, Drake back in the day, and so this was 2016, 2017-ish, 2016. I had been using Drake for at least 10 years at that point, loved it. But my business was growing. I had multiple locations in different states, right? And Drake did not have a solution to where I can monitor all of my eFINs from one computer. Okay. It just did not have it. I ended up having to change the Crosslink, because Crosslink is for high volume tax offices, and it allowed me to look at all of the activity from all of my eFINs from one computer. Okay. And so my company switched to Crosslink. I actually didn't really like Crosslink as a software. I mean, it did what it needed to do. I still much preferred Drake, but Crosslink better fit where my business was going and where it was at. Okay. It was for high volume offices. And so I had to make switch. So I tell you all that story because it's like you might be in love with the software, but does it fulfill your business needs? Does it fulfill your business needs? Okay, that is the question. I'm going to stop there. I feel like I've been going for a while and I hear my baby has woke up. So that was a good 5 questions. We have a few more questions. One of them I read was kind of similar to something that I already answered, but we'll do this again, guys. And so go ahead and submit your questions. If you are in any of my free Facebook groups, go ahead, ask your questions there. You can hit me up at Tatiani Favors on all social media platforms, but especially Instagram, where I'm most active. I personally answer my DMs, so you can send your questions there. If you're a part of my Instagram broadcast channel, you can insert your questions there in the little question situation I have that's in there. There are so many ways, or you can write your questions under this video. Again, I don't want this video to be, I mean, I would love to sit here and chat with y'all for an hour to have adult conversation. Oh, I love it. Okay. But I don't want it to be too long. So guys, I hope you found value in this video. Definitely continue to follow me as I give you all the game during this off season. And again, if you have any questions, go ahead and write them in the comment below. Also, let me know if you like this new Q&A platform. Okay, if you like the idea of me answering questions monthly, answering your questions and all of that, let me know. All right, guys, I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.